Minecraft 1.21.4 will have many new interesting and scary features. And in this video I'll show you all the new things added in this update and everything you need to know about. Starting with the main one, we now have a new scary and mysterious biome in the overworld, and it's called Pale Garden. The Pale Garden biome is basically a variant of the Dark Forest, and when you enter this biome you will notice a completely silent environment. And the most common mobs that we see in most biomes will not spawn in this one, making it a more unique biome that only contains one special creature. And despite being a completely peaceful biome during the day, when night falls it becomes a completely scary and dangerous place. When walking through this biome at night, you will notice many strange sounds coming from the trees, making the environment completely scary. And besides the scary sounds, we also have a terrifying creature called Creaking. The Creaking is a mob with a body made of tree branches. It only appears in this biome at night and appears from inside the trees. This creature has a very interesting mechanic. Basically, when you are looking at it, it will stand still like a statue and will not be able to do anything, but when you are not looking it will run after you to attack you. And this idea of the mob being like this makes it very fun to face it. The Creaking is capable of dealing half a heart of damage in normal mode, and up to 2 hearts in difficult mode. This may seem like little, but if you are facing more than one, it will be difficult to survive without good armor. The Creaking does not take damage from any type of weapon or projectile. You can try to shoot him with a bow and it will not work. Also, other projectiles do not work. Fire also doesn't work against him, and he doesn't take damage even from the mace weapon. The Snow Golem and Iron Golem also can't hurt Creaking. He's practically immortal. And the only way to defeat him is by getting the new block called Creaking Heart. When you hit a Creaking, you will notice some particles that will be directed to a tree. And when going to the tree that the particles indicate, you will find the Creaking Heart block hidden in the middle. And if you break it, the Creaking will be defeated and disappear. The Creaking's heart can be collected using the Silk Touch enchantment, and you can take it wherever you want. It is also possible to make the Creaking spawn wherever you want. You just need to place the heart together with the pale woods like this. And a very interesting detail that deserves to be mentioned, the illagers are afraid of the Creaking. And now returning to the Pale Garden, we have another very interesting thing. Resin has been added to the game. When you are walking through the Pale Garden biome, you will notice that some trees have these orange things around them. This is the resin. It will only appear on trees that have the Creaking Heart. And to collect it you just need to break it with your hand. The Creaking Heart also drops resin when broken without the Silk Touch. Basically, the resin can be placed in this way on any block, creating very cool variations. And it is also possible to heat the resin in the furnace and make the resin brick. Resin brick can be used to make many blocks such as resin brick block, resin brick stairs, resin slab, resin brick wall, and chiseled resin bricks. And also the resin block. This one in particular is the most interesting and cool because we can see that it has the face of Creaking. And using resin bricks it is also possible to make custom armor with resin. And now returning to the Pale Garden biome, we also have 2 new plants. This beautiful new plant is called Eye Blossom and can only be found in the Pale Garden. This flower has a very cool function. Every time night falls it will open and basically transform into another flower. And you will also be able to hear a unique sound coming from it. And when daylight arrives, the plant returns to its closed state. And also, if this plant is given in the open state to bees, the bees will be poisoned. These plants can also be used to make dyes and suspicious stew. Now let's talk about the new amazing pale wood set. Firstly, we have this new sapling called pale oak, which if you put just one in the ground and try to make it grow, it won't work. However, when you put 4, it will grow and turn into this giant tree. And with this tree we can obtain this beautiful pale oak log block and also the pale oak wood block, which can also be peeled with an axe to form stripped pale oak blocks. And with these blocks you can make pale wood planks that can also be used to make stairs, slabs, buttons, fences and signs. All these blocks will help you make excellent decorations in your world. The pale color makes it very elegant to create different types of buildings. I had a lot of fun creating this little house with these new blocks. Sure that anyone who likes to build will love creating lots of cool things with this new wood. We will also have a new type of carpet called pale moss, which has the unique characteristic of spreading roots into the blocks next to it, and hanging pale moss and pale leaves were also added, and a new door, a new trapdoor and also pale wooden boats. And finally, the last details to mention, as soon as you enter the pale garden biome you will notice that the sky changes completely to a gray tone. And also the water when placed in the pale garden biome has a more grayish tone. And the game menu now has a pale garden theme. This is not a very big update but with some very interesting things. I really enjoyed testing all these features. Tell me in the comments what you like the most.